Minister Coal.
Let me just broaden this conversation with you a little, sir, because, I've been looking at your tenure very closely, and I've been looking at the events which have been taking place in the coal ministry right since 2003. You take over, sir, as the coal secretary in March 2004, and you retire in the month of December 2005. Tell me, sir, during your tenure, is it not true that there were coal ministers or ministers of state for coal who were not unhappy with the kind of decisions that you were taking?
Of course they were unhappy. They were unhappy. They also made a formal request to Prime Minister to shift me from coal ministry. They were unhappy on all the issues. Whatever systems I was trying to bring some transparency, they were opposed to auction of coal blocks. They were opposed to auction of e-auction of coal in coal companies. They were also opposed to appointment of Chairman Coal India. They were also not willing to permit me to allow CBI to inquire against people against which CBI wanted some inquiries. So there were a whole lot of matters on which I had problems with my Minister of State and Cabinet Minister.
Well, Shibu Soren was a Cabinet Minister. Dasari Narayan Rao later on was the MOS. In between there was Santosh Bagrodia, but he came in much later. But just about the Prime Minister himself, sir, when Shibu Soren stepped down, effectively the charge of the coal ministry was with the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Now this particular case which is being looked at by the CBI is a case which had been given approval when Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister was in charge of coal ministry. Is the Prime Minister therefore, according to you, Mr. Parakh, simply trying to pass the buck onto the bureaucrats to save his own skin?
No. Where is Prime Minister passing the buck? It is CBI which is not doing what it was expected to do. If CBI felt that there is a conspiracy, then CBI should initiate the action to include Prime Minister.
You see, you're saying that right. it should be the CBI which should be deciding whether the Prime Minister should be questioned or not, and I take that point. But I'm just trying to take off from the argument that you're making, sir, that the Prime Minister ultimately is the person with whom the buck stops. Would it not be fair then to say that if the CBI is naming Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla as a co-conspirator in this case and not naming the Prime Minister, is the Prime Minister therefore, according to you, using the CBI, sir?
I do not know that, whether CBI is being used or CBI does not have enough courage to do what is right.
But isn't there an irony, sir? Isn't there an irony in this situation? Because, just a couple of years back when the CAG report on the coal scam came in Parliament, your role was hailed by the CAG. And in that report, the CAG said that it was you who had prepared a cabinet note and it was you who wanted this entire process of first come, first serve, or the screening committee process for allocation of coal mines to be scrapped off, that you were asking for competitive bidding. Today, you are an accused. Has the wheel completely turned 360 degrees for you, Mr. Parakh?
No, you see, my reading is that CBI is unable to make a distinction between the fair and correct decisions and wrong decisions. I mean, in every decision in allocation of coal, whatever decisions have been taken, they have all benefited whoever is allocating. So to say that Hindalco has been unfairly benefited by this is absolute farce, because everybody who has got a coal block is benefited. So I don't think CBI is able to really appreciate the issues involved in this case.
Do you not
think they are not able?
Mr. Parakh, do you not think that
either they are not?
Yes. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No. I'm only trying to make the point. I'm only trying to make the point, sir, that one gets this distinct sense when one listens to the points being made by you, that here is a case where whether it's the bureaucracy or it's the corporate class, they are certainly being targeted by the CBI in a sense. They are certainly being questioned by the CBI. Are you not upset, sir, that when it comes to the political class, why no questioning of Shibu Soren, why no question of a Dasari Narayan Rao, of a Santosh Bagrodia? I mean, forget the Prime Minister. Are you not upset with the fact that even those who were the political executives at that point of time, the politicians who were involved with the coal ministry, even they are not being questioned today, sir?
Well, yes, in this particular case, neither Mr. Shibu Soren is involved nor Mr. Santosh Bagrodia is involved. But yes, Mr. Dasari Narayan Rao was the Minister of State, and he also should be questioned.
Do you believe that Dasari Narayan Rao is an individual who must be questioned in this case, sir?
Yes, because the file had gone through him.
Do you ultimately not think, sir, do you ultimately not think that if this is how the events are going to unfold, will it not make working very difficult for bureaucracy? Here you are, you're making this point that you were convinced on the basis of the representation which was made by Mr. Birla that there was indeed some merit. And I've just read out the sequence of events from 1996 as far as this coal block was concerned. Do you believe that working for bureaucracy at the level of government will become difficult henceforth?
Extremely difficult, because if this is how the CBI behaves, I mean, definitely people will find it very difficult to take decisions. And particularly younger officers will be absolutely scared of taking decisions. I mean, if people can be hauled 7-8 years after their retirement for something which is absolutely right, then what is it that younger officers are going to look forward to?
Do you regret, sir, do you regret your tenure within the coal ministry? If you say that young officers today, are going to be completely let down, but do you regret whatever happened during your tenure, sir?
No, not. I do not regret at all. I think I was able to make a substantial contribution to the coal ministry during my tenure.
Right.
And I mean, these are the kind of things which are part of professional hazard.
Okay, you call it part of professional hazards, but for the last time, let me ask you that question. So you say that the buck ultimately should stop with the Prime Minister. Do you believe that the only way, sir, to move forward, at least as far as this specific case is concerned, is for the CBI to go ahead and at least record a statement from the Prime Minister to find out what had happened?
No. My view is that CBI should relook at its entire approach and scrap this PE. There is absolutely no case. They must wind it up.
You believe that there is absolutely no case that the CBI has?
Absolutely.
But what about forget the Prime Minister, what about Prime Minister's office officials? And again, I'm referring to statements which are now being made. It is being suggested that Pulak Chatterjee or Kutti Nair, TK Nair were the individuals who were effectively lobbying on behalf of certain corporates. Now, you were the coal secretary. Would you mind coming clean today, sir, if there was anyone within the Prime Minister's office who was trying to influence your decisions?
No, I already made it very clear to you that for my entire tenure, I did not get any pressures or lobby from Prime Minister's office. There were members of Parliament, there were ministers who were canvassing for certain blocks, but I did not get any pressures from Prime Minister's office during my tenure.
It's not as if that you were taking decisions in favor of those corporates who were allegedly providing political funding to the political class, sir?
Well, I don't know, because political funding can be provided by those people also who have got perfectly legitimate block in a perfectly legitimate way. So I am not privy to those issues, therefore I can't make any comments.
Okay, Mr. Parakh, thank you so much.